Hello my Fossapaws! This is part 2 to Squishmallows that share names with Beanie Boos. If you haven't seen the first part, you can go watch it. It will be linked down in the description and the pinned comment below. Alright, let's get into part 2. So for the first slide of part 2, we have Maggie. For Squishmallows, we have Maggie the Stingray, and for Beanie Boos, we have Maggie the Wolf. And I know that Maggie is very popular among Squishmallow collectors. And while I think both of their designs are cute, I'm gonna side with the Beanie Boo on this one. Just because I prefer wolves over stingrays, although stingrays are very cool too. For the second slide, we have Phoenix. For Squishmallows, we have Phoenix the Unicorn, and for Beanie Boos, we have Phoenix the Fennec Fox. Now for the Squishmallow, it's very psychedelic and retro, whereas the Beanie Boo version of Phoenix is very much the opposite of that. Very neutral and natural and realistic. So I'm gonna go with the Beanie Boo again for this one. Although making the slide for this was very fun. Next up for this slide, we have FAYE. Ironically, they're both foxes. So for Squishmallows, we have FAYE the Fox, and for Beanie Boos, we also have FAYE the Fox. In terms of design, I'd say I like both of these equally. They both have aspects I like and dislike. For example, I prefer the color palette of the Squishmallow compared to the Beanie Boo. But I don't like that the Beanie Boo has a horn. For this slide, we have Fifi. So for Squishmallows, we have Fifi the Fox, and for Beanie Boos, we have Fifi the Flamingo. Once again, I'd say that I like these both equally. Just because they're so different, it's kind of difficult to compare them, because I like them both each in their own ways. I like that Fifi is a fox more so than I like that the Beanie Boo Fifi is a flamingo, but I don't like the face on the Squishmallow. So tie for this slide. Next we have Holly. So for Squishmallows we have Holly the Halloween Owl, and for Beanie Boos we have Holly the Dragon. This one's kind of difficult for me to choose, because I like the stock image of Holly more than I like the actual released version of Holly. And I really love the design of the Squishmallow Holly, but overall I'd say I prefer dragons just a little more over owls, so the Beanie Boo wins this one. For this slide we have Cora. So for Squishmallows we have Cora the cat, and for Beanie Boos we have Cora the owl. I know that there are technically two Beanie Boos that have the name Cora, but the koala's name is not spelled the same way as the Squishmallow's name. But the owl is, so I figured I'd compare these two Coras. I love the design of Cora the owl, but I'm gonna have to side with the Squishmallow on this one. I love the colors, and it's a cat, and a cat's gonna win over an owl for me. Now we have Cookie. So for Squishmallows, we have Cookie the Flamingo, and for Beanie Boos, we have Cookie the Beagle. Beanie Boo 1000%. I'm sorry, but I just don't see how the name Cookie could possibly fit a flamingo. I think it's a really odd name, and it doesn't suit her in my opinion. Plus, I just prefer the actual design and animal of the Beanie Boo Cookie, so Cookie wins. Well, you know what I mean, the Beanie Boo Cookie. There is another version of Cookie the Flamingo that I like more that has a little flower on her head and it's sort of a tie-dye pattern, but still not enough to win against the Beanie Boo. For this slide we have Perry. So for Squishmallows we have Perry the dolphin, and for Beanie Boos we have Perry the platypus. Ironically, they're both sea creatures, or aquatic animals at least. So when it comes to which one I prefer, I'm gonna have to go with the Beanie Boo Perry. I think that the Squishmallow is cute, but I think the design is a little bland. And I don't think that the name really suits it as well as it suits the Beanie Boo. It has a really pretty color though. So this was Beanie Boos that share names with Squishmallows part 2. I had a lot of fun making the slides for this episode. Let me know which Beanie Boos you chose and which Squishmallows you chose. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in another video. Hey, hey!